Hello, my name is Alessandro Baronti, president of the Rigo RAM, and the training that I bring to you today is Communicate and Connect. We're going to talk about different personality type. The question that I have for you is that when you communicate, do you actually connect with people? And what does this mean? To be able to create a connection with the person you're talking to, you really need to understand who they are and what is relevant to them. Very important to really understand the personality types. To effectively connect to another person, you need to be able to also adapt your personality. To learn how to adapt, you need to learn about yours personality. That's why we're going to go through together 4 different personality types to really help you to understand who you are, who you're talking to, and then how you can morph in that type of a communication process. So let's bring some fun to this training to really be able to start to visualize information and really be able to dig deeper to really try to understand who you are and how you think. Let's go into a personality test. You will be presented with 7 images. And what I would like for you to do is look at each image quickly and stick with whatever you see first. You might see other objects after observing the image, but don't change your first answer. And I will give you 5 seconds to identify what you see in each image. So are you ready? Let's begin this process. Now I want to remind you again, as soon as you see the image, you have 5 seconds to really be able to memorize what you actually see. Okay? Ready? Let's do it. Okay, here, this is the first image. Okay, stop. Memorize what you're actually seeing. And now let's actually add the score based on what you're seeing. Did you saw a face? Is 1 point. Did you saw the apple in the image? That's 2 points. Did you actually saw a person sitting in the actual mouth of the face? That will give you 3 points. Okay? Let's move now to the next image. Ready? Okay, stop now. What did you see? If you saw a car, is 1 point. If you saw a man with binoculars, is 2 points. If you actually saw the letter A, is 3 points. So add your scores. And let's move to the next image. Are you ready? Okay. What did you see? Did you see bowling pins? Is 1 point. Did you see the footprints? Is 2 points. Did you see nesting dolls? Is 3 points. So keep adding your scores. And let's get ready to move to the next image. Okay? Let's do it. What did you see? Did you see an apple? It's 1 point. Did you see a butterfly? It's 2 points. Did you see the knife at the bottom of the picture? That's 3 points. Add the scores. And let's move to the next image. Are you ready? Okay, stop. What did you see? Did you see a face? Is 1 point. Did you see a dog? Is 2 points. Did you see a precipice? Is 3 points. Okay, ready for the next image? Ready? Okay, let's do it. So what did you see first? Did you see the crocodile? Is 1 point. Did you see the mountains and water? Is 2 points. Or did you see the actual people in a boat? That would be 3 points. So keep adding those important scores. And let's move to the next image. Are you ready? Okay, stop. So what did you see first? Did you see the whale? It's 1 point. Did you see moon and light on water? It's 2 points. Or did you see a person surfing? That would be 3 points. Okay, now let's add all of the different points together. And let's really, based on the total number of the score, let's see what is the type of personality that you will be identify yourself in. So if your score is between 10 to 13, you are happiest when your life plans is being cast in iron. Changes that simply stress you out. You're very attentive, but sometimes you can miss important details which may help you see the bigger picture. You have the ability to pay attention to your feeling and know the difference between your needs and your desires. You have a fairly stable opinion of yourself. You know what your strong points are. Stability for you means personal development and growth. The two most important things for you are consistency and planning. You have a stable personality. If your score is between 14 to 17, you have an optimistic personality. You have an incredibly optimistic personality. You can adapt to new situations with strike ease. You can find a common language with people and very rarely feel lonely. You strongly value all expression of love as well as friendly relationship. You try not to judge people by their appearance and always strive to get to know them better. You're also a very strong person. If something bad happens, you don't lose your head. Instead, you do the best to get to the root of the problem. Optimistic personality. If your score is between 7 to 9 or above 18 to 21, you have a creative personality. You have a uniquely creative personality. The main things in life for you are intuition, wisdom, joy, satisfaction, and curiosity. The world is full of mystery and is made up of so many different things, situations and people which are constantly stimulating your imagination. Your life is painted in a multitude of beautiful colors, and you're always looking at it through the prism of creativity. You can turn anything that happens to you into something positive, and you never look for simple answer to life question. You have a creative personality. Now, there is no scientific proof behind this test that we conducted together, but I think by now you have a better understanding on who you are, and that will give you the advantage now to really be able to start to understand on how you can flex in really learning on how to communicate with others. So we spoke about different type of definition of personality, and as you take learning tests about personality type, you may also learn about other type of description, one of which is drivers, or in the equivalent of an animal is a rhino. Another this personality is analytical, or in an animal type of situation is the owl. The expressive personality we can be identified with the lovebird, and the amiable personality can be also identified with the cow. So it really doesn't matter what kind of name you actually put behind a description of a personality. I think it's important to understand what it defines a specific personality type. And to do so, let's dig a little bit deeper into this concept.
I'm about to conduct a sales training session for two of my salesmen, Sam and Harry, about how to handle different personality types. Why don't you listen in? Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, boss.
If you're taking a one-size-fits-all approach when you deal with prospects, chances are you're limiting your sales potential. You need to recognize different personality types and then modify your presentation accordingly.
That sounds difficult, boss. There must be dozens of different personality types.
Actually, I divide prospects into 4 personality types, and to make it easier to remember, I use animals and their behavior to help me remember them.
That's interesting. What are the 4 animals?
Cow, lovebird, owl, and rhino.
Owls are supposed to be smart, so I guess owl customers are like know-it-alls. I hate guys like that.
Calm down, Sam. Owls are wise. They get that way by asking questions. They want to know all of the details.
So, boss, if you're dealing with an owl, you better know your product.
That's right. But the good thing is, if you answer all of their questions, they're usually ready to buy.
How about the lovebird? I get along great with my customers. I talk sports, remember the names of their kids, and treat them to lunch whenever I can. They love me.
It's called relationship selling, and it works. As you discover common interests with your prospect, you make a connection. When 2 people find out they have things in common, they tend to trust one another. And we all know that trust is a very important factor in closing a sale.
What about the cow, boss? What traits do they have?
Cows have a herd mentality. They take their direction from what others do around them. They like recommendations and are probably the easiest to sell. But there's a problem with cows.
What's that?
After the sale, if they talk to friends or even your competition, they may have second thoughts. You know, buyer's remorse, and want to cancel or modify the order.
So you better make sure they understand the features, terms, and conditions.
We haven't talked about the rhino yet. Sounds scary.
Actually, the rhino is the most difficult personality to handle. He's usually busy and wants to get to the bottom line or price as soon as possible. He doesn't have patience to listen to your sales presentation and will want to take control of the conversation.
So, boss, how do you handle a rhino?
Handle a rhino by being a rhino. Let him know that your time is valuable too. Get to the point quickly and convince him that the benefits of your product or service are worth taking the time to review.
So we have to be able to recognize all 4 personality types and deal with them.
Ask yourself this question: what personality type am I? Chances are, most of your customers will be a lot like you. But to be a top producer, you need to be able to recognize and adapt to all 4 personality types. Once you master this concept, you'll be well on your way to becoming a top producer.
So we learned quite a bit about the different personality types. So let's start with the expressive, also known as the love bird. Fashion oriented, love product, relationship driven, highly engaged, and very spontaneous. So how do you actually engage in front of this type of personality type, especially if you're not like them? Don't focus on numbers, go straight to product, engage and have fun along with them, show newness, styles, and share brand news. Storytelling in the context of connectivity with this specific individual is the key. Amiable, also known as the cow type of personality, they're gonna give you clear sign that they cannot make a clear decision about what to pick or where to start. Will most likely have a maybe pile of frame for them to choose from after they spend way too much time with you to try to make that decision. So how do you adapt? How do you connect? And how do you actually help them to make that decision? Take the time to get to know them and develop a relationship, guide them through the process, leverage on ideal assortment inventory, leverage on product endorsement, and also seek for staff feedback to help them make a decision. You want to look for compliance. They love the type of environment where multiple people are going to reinforce their decision. Remember, buyer remorse with this type of personality type is the most dangerous thing that can happen. This is the patient This is the customers of yours that will buy a frame and they will call you back the following day and said, I made a mistake, I want to send it back, or even worse, they will not call you, and consequently they will not deliver that important type of referral, which is called word of mouth type of advertising communication. The analytical, also known in identification with an animal as the howl. This type of personality is driven by data and is less concerned about the product. So how do we make a connection with this type of personality type? Leverage on product specs, technical material description, focus on numbers, and definitely leverage on the feature and benefit of the actual product. The most difficult personality of all, the driver, also known as the rhino. This type of personality wants to have control of the appointment. They will claim to know everything. They're quick to make decisions and wants to see everything before they actually make a decision. Pretty tough. So how do we connect with them? Be over-prepared and do not waste any time as you're interacting with the rhino or the driver. Be as quick and efficient with your pitch. Use the story and be or become a rhino. To be able to connect with this personality, you have to show a strength of confidence. I develop play cards to help you engage and really understand the different personality type in the format presented to you in the last 4 slides. These cards are available to you, just feel free to ask. And I suggest you to engage with those cards and constantly use them, especially for the first few weeks until you learn and memorize the important information to help you to identify different personality type, to really learn how to really morph yourself to be able to engage with that personality. And as soon as you master this technique, I can guarantee you that you're going to see incredible improvement, not in the way that you communicate, but actually in the way that you actually connect with the audience. Thank you.